Hello, hello again. We are back with another haul. I'm so excited. This time we are trying the Skims line of bras and underwear, and I have been wanting to do this haul for quite a long time. If you caught my first ever haul, I did the Savage X Fenty, which had, I think, a really good reception. I enjoyed a lot making it, and I thought, what's another good haul that I could do? Of course, Skims, which is one of the most popular brands out on the market right now. So I brought to you today just that. I'm so excited. I have to say, the items are really, really pretty. So right off the bat, I am very excited, but I still want to try things on with as much unbiased as I possibly can, because I know a lot of times these brands like Skims or Savage, or all these name brands that we all know and love or hear about all the time, they get a really good reputation, but are they really worth it, right? Because let's be honest, Skims is a little bit pricier. The Rihanna line Savage was a little bit more affordable, and I love her for that. However, Skims is a little bit on the pricier side, but I want to be fair because I take into consideration things like quality, how do things fit. Um, that's a big deal for me, especially when it comes to intimates. As a woman, I feel like a lot of times we spend a lot of money on bras and underwear and we don't like the way they fit. So that's a really big issue for us. I'm sure I speak for a lot of women. We don't want to spend money on something that we have to wear that is going to be uncomfortable. The first thing I do when I come home is rip off the bra, and I wish I just didn't have to feel that way, but we do. So, without further ado, I am going to get started. So, the first item on the list is going to be Fits Everybody RACERBACK Scoop. This one is in the shade Sienna. It is a lightweight bra. So, a couple of first things that I notice. There is no underwire. This is truly, truly, truly unlined. So there is no padding. Do keep in mind, this is very comfortable. Just for the video, I actually wore this the whole day, and I will say that it is very comfortable. There are adjustable straps here that you can adjust the bra to, lift everything a little bit more, or maybe loosen it up a bit depending on what your unique needs are. As a sort of word of not caution, but just something that I think is important to kind of ID here is I have breast implants. So for me, things are going to fit differently than most people. So I do want to preface this that I'm trying these things on with breast implants. So things are going to fit differently. And I think it's only fair to be honest, because if somebody else tries it on, and I got this in the size medium. I usually get my tops, if it's like small, medium, large, I get them in a size medium. For me, I just like the way that it feels because I have bigger breasts and because I have breast implants. I prefer to go bigger up top to give myself a little bit of extra room. But I will say, as far as the quality is concerned, these are incredibly comfortable. They are very stretchy. Um, you will notice that again, there is the adjustable straps on the back of these, so that is something to keep in mind. But if you are feeling cold, do keep in mind that these don't have any padding whatsoever. They are just literally bralette. These are going to be good for like in the house, hanging around the house. Probably not a lot of company coming over. And like I said, if it's cold, you probably will be able to tell. I did get the exact same one in the color Onyx, which is like just a true black. Same thing, I got it in a medium. Same exact situation. No, underwires, nothing that kind of constrains you. Comfortable enough to wear the whole day. Again, size medium. I do have breast implants though, so I do want to just be completely honest because things will fit me slightly different than you, as you can obviously tell from the video. However, right off the bat, I think that for being around the house, for, just light stuff, lounging, these are perfect. I wish that they had a little bit more thickness in the, breast area, only because if it gets cold again, you are going to be able to tell. So I would personally like a little bit more just to maybe simulate or hide it a little bit better. But they are very comfortable, and if I don't plan on wearing these in front of people, I'm perfectly fine with it. I like them so far. So I'm going to say these are a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. 8 as far as the padding is concerned, but 9 overall. Super comfortable. So definitely get you 1 or 2 pairs of these to have for lounging about and whatnot. Next up, we got the cotton jersey t-shirt bra. Truly, truly just cotton. It is in the color soot, which is just like a true black. Right off the bat, definitely no padding. It is very, very thin. So this is more of a true bra. So you will have the kind of underwire underneath. You are going to have that support coming in the underwire. However, there really is nothing as far as the padding is concerned. So this could be for maybe if you go out somewhere, but you don't need like full, complete coverage. You just want to throw something on. It is cotton material, so these are going to be much more comfortable. One thing I will notice and state is that right on the band here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the sort of clasps in the back. So I have noticed that with most of my bras, I only get about 3 clasps worth. This one's got 4. So that's kind of a unique thing that I noticed with this bra in particular. And I think that it is something to keep in consideration. Um, if you're looking for, maybe being able to adjust it a little bit more, or on certain days you want to loosen it up, it's nice to have the option of 4 clasps. This one for me personally, with my breast, I got a 34D. So all of the bras are going to be a 34D for me. And just to give you like a quick idea, this one is $38. However, I got everything in this haul on sale. So nothing is the price that comes on the tag. Not a single thing. And I want to be completely honest because I think a lot of times the price is what kind of trips people up and kind of scares people away, or ultimately we want to know how much are we actually looking to spend. So this was $38 just regular. On the tag it states $38. However, I got it on sale, so that is not the price that I paid. And I do want to also add that there is nothing else on this bra. This one has nothing. So if you are looking for something that's just plain and simple, this is probably going to be your best bet. But definitely, you're not going to get a lot of support here. That's just unfortunately the truth with the unlined cotton ones. These are more, loungy, maybe slightly more supportive than the bralettes, just simply because they do come with the underwire. But keep that in mind that there is no padding. So again, if it's cold, you'll know, and so will everybody else. Overall, I would say, again, for being in the house or simple errands that I can do, I would probably wear this for sure. I'm gonna give this maybe like a 7 out of 10 because again, I do I do like that it's soft and it's very comfortable, but I don't like that it's like absolutely no padding. For me, I do need some more support. I don't necessarily like it when everybody knows that I'm cold. So I'm gonna give this one 7 out of 10 only because of the padding, but comfort level and quality. I like the cotton, very soft, so I do like that. I'm really excited about this bra in particular because I got this in 3 colors and you're going to see all 3 of them. Now, I really love the sienna color and this one is actually again in the color sienna. Right off the bat, this one has no underwire. So nothing's going to be poking at you from the sides or underneath. One thing that I love too is the fact that these are also adjustable, but these have padding. You are not going to be able to see when it's cold outside. These are going to be very comfortable. You can wear these regularly because they're a demi bra. They're not like super padded. However, they're enough that you don't need to worry about it showing or anything. The clasps in the back, I will say, I really love the way that they look. I just think that the clasp in the back is beautiful. It feels a little bit more higher quality. And there is like a bit of a sheen to these bras. There's like a little, sort of sheen to them, so they look a little bit nicer. They're definitely again more higher coverage overall. They kind of cover a little bit more of the breast area on the side, especially. I will say the band is kind of on the thicker side, but they all kind of curve in at the middle, so you do get that sort of kind of curve in there. So it's not like a super sexy bra, but it's definitely nice enough. Like you can definitely work with this, I think. Overall, I will say I was hoping to really like this bra, and I'm glad that I got 3 colors because I really do like them. I think for daily use, these are going to be great. Quality so far so good. I have no complaints. These do say a price point of 50 on the bra itself. However, again, I got everything on sale. These were not actually $50. These, however, do have a cute little detail that I want to emphasize, and these do have like an embossed Skims logo on the left band side, and that's kind of cute. So if you're looking for something that kind of shows, the brand, these do have it. not really sure how you would show it on a bra unless you want someone to look at you. You know, that might be a little tricky. But again, I did get these in two colors. The second color that I got is in the cocoa. Exact same thing. I got this once again in a 34D. This one is a dark brown, chocolate brown. It's so beautiful. Again, it's got that sheen on there. And I will say the padding that's in here, it's as big as the whole thing. Like sometimes I've noticed with some bras, the padding kind of like sort of only falls in a specific area, and that's it. And here, the padding is all the way thick. It's the full length of the cup of the bra. So if you're looking for something like that, that's another thing to consider. This really is all the way through padded, and there's no, again, no underwire. So these are going to be very comfortable. These you can wear out. No one's going to know if you're cold, and they come in a lot of beautiful colors. So I do like that. And I'm just going to emphasize this again, honestly. I got this in the black as well, which I'm actually wearing right now. It's it's great, you know. I feel like this is the kind of bra that's gonna, you know, withstand heavy days, you know, running errands, doing whatever you have to do. Again, there's that beautiful Skims logo embossed there on the side. So these have, again, that price point of 50. I did not pay $50 for these. So I am going to show you how much I paid for everything, because I'll show additional pictures and everything, and I'll also add the links, as I always do, to my videos of all the items that I got. So you can, you know, if you also are interested in getting them in the same color, or if you're interested in getting them, you know, something similar, then you at least know what the name of the product is. Price point is 50. I did not pay 50 though. I got these on sale. Otherwise, I do think her items quality is there. However, the price point is a little bit expensive, so that is something to keep in mind. I think that the Demi bras specifically are going to be a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for me. They're not super sexy, you know, as like a regular bra might be. She has a lot of those beautiful bras on the side. This is still a comfortable everyday bra that I can see myself really loving and using and just living in. Last but not least, we have to talk about underwear. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to tell me how the underwear look if you're not going to show me? Because yeah, I'm not going to show you. However, I tried on every single pair of underwear that I got. And I will say this, everything again, I got on sale. I got two pairs of these, and I'm wearing one. And I can tell you right now, every single piece of underwear that I wore, they all felt good. So we'll start with the original that I got. This is a lightweight cotton thong. Um, Truly, it feels just like the bra. So I can see this pairing with this. This is the cotton, you know, jersey t-shirt bra, and this is the cotton underwear. I can definitely see this thong going with that perfectly. It fit well. I would say it doesn't fit too high. It didn't fit too low, but you can tell that the quality is there. Like, it doesn't feel like it's going to shrink. It doesn't feel like it's going to stretch too much. There is no price on these. However, I did get everything on sale. So I will let you guys know exactly how much I paid for everything, just to be completely transparent. I didn't pay full price for a single thing. Um, but these are definitely comfortable. These are the kind of underwear, again, you can be in these every day. They've got stretch, but they don't feel like they're going to, you know, fall apart right away after the first wash, which is a big concern of mine, because a lot of my underwear end up, you know, tore up after like one or two uses. I got actually two colors in the cotton thong. I got just plain white, and I know wearing white underwear is kind of dangerous, but whatever. This is actually in the color snow. So on the camera, it just looks beautifully crispy white. Feels exactly like the other one, so there's nothing really more additional to add. You know, they come with a little bit of lining in there, but that's expected. They fit nicely. They're not too high up, and they're also not too low. And I got it in the third shade, which this one was my favorite. It is the Delta Leopard. These are all a size small, by the way. So my bottoms I usually get in a size small. Bras or like sports bras, I'll get in a size medium. So the bralettes are a size medium, and then the bras are 34D. Again, because I have breast implants. So this one is my favorite though. It is such a beautiful print. If you can see that, it's like a leopard print. So super cute. I like them so far. I'm wearing one and I think it's great. My second one here, this one is the stretch lace dipped thong. Now, this one is in the color Delta. I'm not really sure what color Delta is, because that's not exactly a color. However, look how beautiful that is. Like, look at the detail. It's got a little rose in the middle, and these have a good amount of stretch too. These fit, again, they're like right about the middle. Like they're not going to be too high or too low, but they have a little bit of a dip in them, so you know they can kind of fall on your hips a little bit, and it kind of makes them look very, very cute. I think that's a very beautiful look. If you agree or disagree, but one thing that I'd like to add here is that there's a lot of like trim here on the lace, like the trimming, the trim part here. It is very, very pretty underwear. I don't have a bra that matches this from Skims, but this alone is beautiful. So if you can find something or get like a matching bra and you want these, I highly recommend it. Good quality, good amount of stretch. I'm hoping that they stay, put together because these are well put together. I don't think these are going to fall apart very easily, or at least I'm hoping not. Second to last one that I got, this one is the Milky Sheer Thong, and this one is the Jasper Snake Print. These are a little bit more of like lightweight, and you can kind of tell they're a little bit more, see through here. You can kind of see my finger there. Um, these are very pretty. They kind of match the shirt. Actually, the shirt is from Skims too, so they kind of match the shirt. It's a snake print. These are definitely going to be a lot more delicate. They're not delicate to the point where like you have to be scared to wear them, but you could definitely tell that these are a little bit more on the thinner side. So do keep that in mind. Depending on how you wash your undergarments. And again, size small. I will go ahead and put the price tag that I got it at because I got everything on sale. So probably won't be the same price depending on when you get it. They fit nicely though. They do fit nicely, so no complaints there. This last set piece that I got, this one I will say fits the lowest out of all of them. It definitely dipped a little bit more. And this one is a lightweight cotton pointelle lace trim thong. It's a light heather gray and in a size small. And this is beautiful for just a plain like underwear. This is beautiful. Well, I call it underwear, but it's a thong. Like it's not underwear. It's a thong. This is truly beautiful. Like it's just a plain gray, and it's got like the little trim lace and a little bow, and here's the back. It just feels so comfortable. If you can't quite tell, but if you look at it now, you can kind of see that's kind of that V shape. It doesn't necessarily fit super deep V, but it does kind of go, it dips a little bit more. So if you are concerned about these sort of laying higher or lower, do keep that in mind that these tend to naturally dip a little bit more. So you will have a little bit more of that exposure closer to the groin area. It doesn't dip all the way though, so you're still going to be perfectly covered. But if you don't like them to dip too much, that is something to consider about these. Personally, I think they're just really beautiful material, very, very simple and classic look, but still beautiful. I can definitely appreciate these. And I will also add how much I paid for these, but overall, I think all of the underwear, thongs mainly, were all 9 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s. As far as looks, they're all beautiful. I can definitely tell that Skims puts a lot of emphasis on the details. She puts a lot of emphasis. Miss Kim Kardashian, of course, as who I'm speaking of, puts a lot of emphasis on the quality. The price point is higher. However, I do think that for underwear, because we wear it every day, because we need to wear different ones usually every day, and women especially, we have to find good fitting tops and bottoms because we have different concerns. So for us, it's very important that we find well-fitting bras, well-fitting thongs, underwear, whatever whatever you're looking for, bralettes even. So I do think that there is some justification because the quality is there. Feeling the material, it doesn't feel cheap. So the quality does match. Price point is a little bit more expensive. Granted, I got everything on sale for Black Friday, so there might be a little bit more leeway when it comes to getting it on sale. I can kind of justify it a little bit more because you'll be able to get a lot more pieces for a lot less. So those are things to consider. Overall, between the last haul that I did and this one, the price point does change. However, the quality also changes. So there is those things to consider if you're looking to buy, a new or a couple new sets of bras and panties and things like that. Do keep that in mind. So I would personally sign up for Skims app and stay in tune because they have sales all the time. They had like the winter sale not that long ago, which I also got some things there, Black Friday sale. So keep your eyes out for the sales. That's some of the best times to stock up. If you try some of her items and you really like them and you think, hey, this is good quality, I want some more, stock up during the sale. That would be my recommendation. But if price is not an issue to you, then just go off. buy what you need. Get a couple colors like I did. I got 2 of the bralettes. I got 3 of the Demi bras, which I really liked, and I'm very pleased, very happy with the quality. So Kim is doing something right. Anyway, I hope you like this haul. I hope you found it informational, entertaining, and I will catch you next time.